Hi guys, welcome to my channel, VeniLegiAmavi, which means I came, I read, I loved. My name is Kelsey, and today I'm going to be talking about something a little bit different on Tea Tuesday. But first, here's my pottery mug of the day. It's like supposed to be a wine cup, I think. Like usually with pottery mugs when they've got like the little indent, and this, it's supposed to be like a wine goblet kind of thing. But I don't drink wine, so instead, we're drinking David's Tea Strawberry Lemonade. Cute little tin. Again, it is super hot here, so I'm drinking my tea cold today. Today I want to talk to you guys about some of my, about what I read online. So I am a huge book, like hardcover person. I enjoy like tangible books. I'm not really an e-reader person at all. However, there are some things that there are some things that I only read online pretty much, or things that like I read online while I'm waiting to get them in person. So I'm going to be talking about some of those today. So the first one I'm going to be talking about is one of my favorites, and it's called The Order of the Stick. So The Order of the Stick does have some books that are actually out, and we own the first one. My family owns all of them that are published right now, or like all the ones that are out right now. And Declan, I got Declan the first one for like the first Christmas that we were together for, but we don't have them with us right now because unfortunately, again, we moved. So we have to wait to get our other stuff, which will be a while. So The Order of the Stick follows a Dungeons and Dragons adventuring party, and it's a webcomic. The art is really simplistic, which actually just makes it like way better in my opinion. I don't know why, but it's just like, it totally suits the story and everything. It's just great. It's really humorous. A lot of the humor is also quite meta. They really like kind of call out things in D&D, even though they take place like in a universe of Dungeons and Dragons. So that's really cool. I'm all for fourth wall breaking. I think that it's hilarious. And yeah, they've just got a whole bunch of really relatable characters. So the adventuring party at the beginning consists of Roy, who is a paladin. No, he's a fighter. Yeah. Roy, who is a fighter, who's kind of the leader of the party. And he's a little bit different because, or like what really stands out about him is that he's really a very intelligent fighter. So he is constantly looking down upon fighters that aren't very smart, and he finds that to be like a really annoying stereotype. Even though it's really common in D&D, so yeah. So yeah, there's Roy, there's Ellen. Ellen is a super charismatic bard who is exceptionally stupid. But he's really kind-hearted and cheerful and just great. He's a fantastic character, and yeah, he's great. So Roy, Ellen, and then there's Haley Starshine. I don't know why she's the only character whose last name I actually remember, probably just because I love her so much, but she is a rogue who's, you know, as expected, quite greedy and very clever. And there is also Durkin. Durkin is the cleric along their adventures with them. So Durkin is a dwarven cleric who is afraid of trees and a cleric of Thor. What else is notable about Durkin? Anything?
He speaks in a Scottish accent, as all dwarves should.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So Durkin also speaks like, I mean, it's written, so it's kind of like difficult to read at first because you've got to get used to it, but he speaks in a thick Scottish accent. Declan says, as all dwarves should, which I'm kind of down with because it is great. And once you read it, then you kind of start to think of all dwarves that way. Like, he's just like such a stereotypical dwarven cleric. He's great. He's fantastic. And then we have V. V is an androgynous wizard who is basically in search for in search of like the best possible knowledge and like all of the knowledge and all of the magic. That's really what V's interested in. The last one is Belker, who is a halfling ranger who is super bloodthirsty and really savage. Yeah.
He's literally evil.
Yeah, he's pretty evil. But yeah, so it follows these there's 6 of them, isn't there?
I think so.
So it follows this adventuring party as they go together to try to solve various problems. Much like in Dungeons & Dragons campaign, they start with one kind of goal, and that goal kind of changes as they go. But it begins with Roy. Roy is seeking after a lich who killed his father, and he wants to get revenge, basically. So there's all kinds of shenanigans. The group has to navigate some social issues, both like within the group and outside of the group, and they just get themselves into all kinds of shit. But it's really funny, and if you play D&D or any kind of role-playing game, I'm sure that you'll love it immediately because it's just so relatable. Yeah. So the next thing that I've been reading lately, it's not necessarily a favorite yet, but I'm intrigued, is a webcomic called Let's Play. I can't remember who it's by. I'll have links for them all and like pictures of them all around me and stuff.
Google it right now.
I'm too lazy. My phone's right there. How am I supposed to Google it? So it's called Let's Play, and it is about a game developer who produced a game on like an indie kind of game producing website, and then a popular YouTuber plays her game and gives it a really poor rating and a really poor review, which basically ruins her reputation. And then it's about her kind of navigating that and trying to figure out what to do next and how to deal with the community after that and things like that. So yeah, my friend Ariel got me into that one, and it has proven pretty entertaining. I'm a little bit worried that it's going to be one of those like everybody loves the main character webcomics, but so far it's really been quite slow burny, and I'm hoping that so far it's been quite the slow burn, and it's really not about romance, which I appreciate, but it's got like she's got like a local guild that she's involved in, which I am a huge sucker for. I just love like oddball groups that get together, and I'm just a sucker for those things, guys. So the next one I'm going to talk about is one that I actually own the book for. So there is a book, but it's not all strictly in the book, and it comes out really, really slowly, like a glacial pace. But that would be Hyperbole and a Half by Ali Brosh. It is really, really funny and fantastic, and just the entire thing is hilarious. I highly recommend it. She has a website that she posts on, and she's also got a novel that she's put out. I believe she's working on a second novel, and I eagerly await it. However, she's been working on this second novel like for literal years, and I'm so impatient. Ali, please, please, Ali, at the very least, like update your website so that we can get something to hold us over. It's been so long. Yeah. Anyway, so that one's really funny, and it's basically just a girl drawing, kind of half telling a story with writing and half telling a story with a comic about the various different social blunders and social situations that she's had to navigate, and usually failed to do so. So another webcomic that I read online, and like they're really just, it's not so much a webcomic as it is like just short little strips, like comic strips, but that would be the Awkward Yetis books. So I do have 3 of the books, but I read I basically I follow him on like every social media ever, even Facebook. And I'm rarely on Facebook nowadays. Really, I just go on to talk to my mom. So I guess I'm on more often than... I don't browse Facebook anymore, okay? Anyway, so we have Heart and Brain. Heart and Brain Gut Instincts. Oh, sorry, that's not the name of the book. Heart and Brain Adult Responsibilities and Utter Nonsense. Heart and Brain Gut Instincts, and Heart and Brain Body Language. So these books are just filled with like really cute little like, sometimes they're one page, sometimes they're a couple pages of comic strips that are just about like this guy's body and how he imagines his various organs communicate to each other and just work alongside of each other. I actually have signed copies of all of these books, which is super exciting because I don't really have any signed copies of anything. And he drew like little pictures of each of the characters in them for me. And he was just like super friendly, even though I was like the most awkward fangirl in the world. I basically just shut down because I didn't know what to do in his presence when I bought these books. And I also got his card game called Organ Attack, which is hilarious and also comes in like this adorable little like book container. And it's just a super good, it's just like a super good, a super fun game. Highly recommend that you get this because it's fantastic. And also kind of educational, actually. It's pretty educational. Some parts are a little bit silly, but that just makes it more fun. So another kind of comic strip rather than comic, like webcomic that I read online would be Stop Playing League. So this is a Tumblr account that made like one-page comic strips that were about this girl who basically wanted her boyfriend to pay attention to her instead of ignoring her to play League all the time. And they were really fun and cute and cheeky, and a lot of them were really quite relatable, but they did, warning you right now, that couple did break up and she no longer posts on that account anymore. She does have a new account called Those Comics where she posts comics, and I do read those ones as well, but I just really remember like falling in love with the Stop Playing League Tumblr, and she had some really fun ones. I'll post like some around here maybe, or maybe I'll just leave a link down below, but she had some really good ones, and you guys should check it out because they're great. So there's one that I read a long time ago that I recently just like rediscovered, and that's Yume's. I'm not sure how to pronounce it, but she has a couple different webcomics that she has, and I'll leave a link down below, and like some pictures around here. There's one called 1,000 Words or 10,000 Words or something, and there's another one called I think it's called Night or Kite. I think it's called Night. That's really about like hope, and I fell in love with that one a long time ago and have been waiting to actually buy like a copy of it, like a physical copy of it, and I think that I found it on Amazon, so I might buy it, but we'll see. It just depends. Yeah, it just depends, but the artwork is absolutely beautiful. Like every single frame of her comics are like a masterpiece. They are fabulous. And her stories are also like, the stories that I've read in the past were really touching as well. So I just really, really love her work. So the last thing that I read online is I read the Skip Beat manga online because it comes out like one chapter a month and it's so slow, but it's so good. And so until I can like buy all of the books in the series, and like as the book series or as the manga is still coming out, I read like once a month. I go online and find an English translation and get to read that. So yeah, that's like the last thing that I really read online. So those are the things that I kind of read online, and the webcomics and various other kind of comic strips and things that I follow on the internet. Let me know what your favorite webcomics are and what your favorite things to read online are. And yeah, I look forward to hearing about it. Thanks, and it was nice talking to you. Until next time.